It feels like this is the collection that is the most personal. And I hope each one of you can take a look at each piece and find a little bit of yourself, because Caron is trying to share a lot of herself. She's saying a lot in each one of those paintings. So with that being said, I'll introduce you to Maya Ito.
Thank you, Carlos. This is Maya. I'm the International Director of ACCA. Tonight, ACCA presents the great and international artist, Caron. This is Caron. Thank you guys and coming for support her. Artists need support. And especially thank you guys coming in the darkness, in the big rain. Thank you so much. So I would love to introduce Caron to talk about her new art collection.
When I finished that last piece, because I was obsessed with having 18 paintings in this show, because 18 is a chai life, and so right at the end, Aiden and Alaya, who are the owners of this gallery, and anyway, thank you. Alaya, he was here to hang that right at 12 as the show opened, and I went home and basically was exhausted, slept, had a massive migraine the next day, and then after that cried. So I think it's because, as Carlos said, I was putting everything into this work, this body of work. I was really giving myself to these paintings. In the past, when I love art, I would actually put it on my bed and sleep with it. Of course, these are too large, I can't do that, but I tend to, when I do work, put it by my bed so when I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning, I can see what it looks like. And process, it's something I need to change or something like that. Obviously, with these pieces, it didn't happen that way just for their size, but art to me is very personal, and Picasso and I share the same birthday, October 25th, and he always was doing what he wanted in art. He never let himself get boxed in, and I think that's, for me, I look at that and I respect that, and as a result though, my art tends to always be changing, but there is something that's always in it that Peter touched on, and we'll probably say something about, is the spiritual. So for me, when I think about dark energy and darkness and blackness, we have religion and art and literature that would have us believe, especially in some respects, that dark or black is evil, and it has that tendency. But to me, when we sleep at night, our cells get rejuvenated at night. Our brain, which is also what this art is about, is encapsulated in darkness, as opposed to our eyes, which are connected to the brain. And so there's this healing element, this power in darkness. We know that the universe is 68% dark energy, 27% dark matter, and 5% matter. And the 5% matter is because we have the sun, moon, and stars. But there's this reality that outside of us is complete darkness. And to me, it's both terrifying and comforting. And I love the dark energy of the rain, the dark clouds, how these pieces started from actual dark cloud photographs that I took and blew those up. And so I literally hold my dark cloud photos and start to paint left to right. Inspired, because as a child I used to love to look at the clouds, and now we think of iCloud, we don't think of real clouds now, we talk about clouds. I used to lay and look at the clouds because I didn't have a cell phone as a kid. And that was my inspiration, and the shifting images in clouds I found really fascinating. And so there's a lot of shifting images in these paintings as a result, because I want people to look and then look again, and there's a lot of double entendres in my work. There's a lot of perceptions of horns, let's say. So a lot of people think, oh, devil, and I think strength, because a lot of animals have horns that protects them. And so you'll see a female image in that one, and she's crucified and screaming, and that's me. I've had a lot of pain in my life. The past 3 years were pretty intense, lots of undertows, so you might see a lot of ocean imagery. Because the ocean, I love it, very mesmerizing. I love walking on the beach, in my feet in the water. But then you can get the undertow, and you can get killed in the undertow. So this mesmerizing beach is beautiful, but it also can be deadly. So I'm also amazed I'm here and here with you all. Thank you so much for coming, because I really didn't want to be here in the past years and was seeking ways to exit. And I know some people think, oh God, suicide and things like that, mental illness and whatnot. But we can really go through dark valleys, because in dark and light, there's positive and negative. So the yin and yang is so true, because we have both dark and light. Within light and dark, there's both good and evil. So when I say I'm going through the darkness, it can be both positive and negative. But I was in some deep despair and deep depression. Didn't want to be here. And so I'm just really thankful and appreciative of all my friends that have come tonight, people I have met that I didn't know, that you're here and you are responding so positively to this art, because it's kind of amazing I'm here and did this work. The brain, to me, I just realized recently, I always thought it was like the heart, like you could hold a heart and hold lungs and have heart transplants. I don't know about heart transplant. But the brain, you cannot take it out of the skull. It's like mashed potatoes. So I have like a really high regard now from brain surgeons, because you can't take the brain out. The reason why we see it hard when people hold it is because they have a preservative in the heart substance. So that's how I use it. But you can't take the brain out to operate. Sorry. Anyway, so the brain and how we process things, and the eye. When you look at our eyes, the eyes are connected to the brain. And so the left side goes to the right side goes to the left, and then the vision is behind in the back of the brain. So there's all of these fascinating aspects about how we're, designed, I would say, as an artist. But anyway, I thank you all for coming and for being here, and I'm just going to pass it on to Karen.
The next, welcome the famous Peter Frank. I think all of you guys already know Peter's here. And Peter, please welcome to say something to Caron's artwork.
Thank you, Maya, and thank you especially, Caron, for showing us that it's a kind of a modification of that saying, the personal is political. Well, now I think you can understand from Caron's work hanging here, but also from the overarching direction of her entire oeuvre, that the personal is transcendental, is metaphysical. The personal reaches for a space beyond ourselves, where we can appreciate one another as, if anything, energy itself, and that the sense, it's not simply a matter of sensation, it's a matter of, I guess, for lack of a better word, consciousness. The entire Caron's work, as I'm going to be writing in my essay for this show, Caron had worked in a way, in various ways, that seek the spiritual, that seek transcendence, that seek the mystic, that seek what is beyond the reach of our minds, even as it occupies our minds. The person goes to a place beyond the image, beyond
you.